Buddhism is a spiritual tradition that challenges our typical understanding of what a religion is. It does not fit neatly into the category of conventional religions because it does not adhere to a fixed framework of beliefs, doctrines, or sacred texts. Unlike many other religions, Buddhism does not involve the worship of a deity or a belief in an eternal soul. Instead, it offers a path to understanding and enlightenment that emphasizes personal experience and insight over blind faith. This makes Buddhism a unique phenomenon in human consciousness, offering a path of liberation that goes beyond traditional religious structures. In the vast landscape of spiritual exploration, the Buddha stands as an exceptional figure. Unlike prophets or deities, the Buddha did not claim to offer divine revelations or universal commandments. He did not position himself as a god, a prophet, or even a religious leader in the conventional sense. Instead, he was a teacher who shared his insights on the nature of reality, the mind, and the human experience. The Buddha's teachings focus on the cultivation of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, urging individuals to see beyond the illusions of the mind and to awaken to their true nature. The Buddha's teachings are radical in that they challenge the deeply ingrained beliefs and assumptions that many people hold about the nature of reality. One of the most provocative aspects of the Buddha's teachings is his stance on the concept of God. The Buddha argued that the idea of God is often a product of human imagination, a construct born from the need for security and comfort in the face of life's uncertainties. Many people cling to the belief in God not because of an encounter with a divine presence, but because the alternative, a universe without purpose or direction, can be profoundly unsettling. The belief in God serves as a comforting narrative, a way to find meaning and order in a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable. Human beings often feel limited and powerless, trapped by circumstances beyond their control. This sense of helplessness can lead to a desperate search for meaning and security. The concept of God provides reassurance that there is a purpose to life, a grand scheme that unfolds according to divine will. It offers a comforting narrative that everything happens for a reason, even if that reason remains elusive to us. The belief in an all-powerful, all-knowing deity serves as a crutch for many, offering solace and reassurance amid life's uncertainties. However, the Buddha challenged this narrative and the psychological need for it. He asserted that the belief in God is a testament to our own limitations and insecurities. It is a projection of our desire for meaning in a life that may appear devoid of it. The idea of God is a construct designed to help us cope with the existential uncertainties that we face. Imagine being on a plane and suddenly being told there is no pilot. Panic would ensue, as the absence of a guiding force is a terrifying thought. Similarly, the belief in God acts as a pilot, guiding people through the uncertainties of life and providing them with a sense of purpose and order. The Buddha encouraged individuals to confront the truth, regardless of how unsettling it might be. He urged people to abandon their reliance on beliefs and doctrines to see through the illusions that cloud their perception of reality. True understanding and liberation come from facing the truth head-on, even if it challenges long-held beliefs and comforts. The Buddha emphasized the importance of being more aware, awake, and courageous, urging people to take responsibility for their own lives and destinies. The teachings of the Buddha transcend the dualistic notions of theism and atheism. He rejected both the belief in a personal God and the denial of any spiritual dimension. Instead, he focused on the experiential aspect of life, advocating for a direct understanding of reality through mindfulness and self-awareness. The Buddha's path is one of personal exploration, where individuals are encouraged to light their own inner candles and seek truth for themselves. This emphasis on personal experience is what makes Buddhism a path of transformation and self-discovery. The pursuit of understanding in Buddhism is not about acquiring new beliefs or adhering to a set of doctrines. It is about letting go of attachments and illusions, about finding freedom from the conditioning of the mind. The path of Buddhism is a journey of self-discovery, where individuals are encouraged to explore their own minds and uncover the truth for themselves. The Buddha's teachings invite individuals to question their assumptions and beliefs, to investigate the nature of reality with an open and curious mind. Throughout history, many have sought to explain the mysteries of existence through various means, whether it be through religion, philosophy, or science. Each approach attempts to provide answers to life's profound questions, but often falls short of capturing the full scope of reality. The Buddha recognized this limitation and avoided engaging in metaphysical speculation. Instead, he focused on practical teachings that addressed the human condition and the alleviation of suffering. The Buddha's teachings are grounded in the reality of human experience, emphasizing the importance of understanding the mind and its role in shaping our perceptions of the world. One of the central teachings of Buddhism is the understanding of desire and its role in human life. Desire, by its very nature, is insatiable and ever-changing. It is the driving force behind our actions and motivations, yet it often leads to dissatisfaction and suffering. The pursuit of material wealth, fame and power is driven by desire, but these external achievements rarely bring lasting fulfillment. Instead, they often leave individuals feeling empty and yearning for more. Desire is a complex and multifaceted aspect of human nature. It is not inherently negative, but it can become a source of suffering when left unchecked. The Buddha taught that understanding the nature of desire is essential for achieving liberation and inner peace. By observing the movement of desire and recognizing its transient nature, individuals can begin to transcend it. This transcendence does not mean suppressing or denying desire, but rather understanding its impermanence and letting go of attachment to it. The teachings of the Buddha offer a radical departure from conventional views on desire. While many religions and philosophies propose satisfying desires either in this life or the next, Buddhism presents a different approach. The Buddha emphasized that desire cannot be satisfied through external means, whether in this world or any other. Instead, true satisfaction arises from transcending desire and finding contentment within oneself. This understanding of desire is central to the Buddhist path, as it emphasizes the importance of inner transformation and self-awareness. This understanding of desire extends to the realm of religion itself. The Buddha saw that many religious traditions were rooted in desires for power, control, and eternal rewards. He recognized that the pursuit of these desires often led to hypocrisy and deception. The promise of heavenly rewards in the afterlife was a clever tactic used by religious leaders to manipulate and control people. The Buddha challenged these notions, urging individuals to seek truth and liberation in the present moment rather than relying on promises of future salvation. The Buddha's teachings encourage individuals to explore the nature of their own minds and to see beyond the illusions that cloud their perception of reality. He emphasized the importance of self-awareness and mindfulness as tools for understanding the true nature of existence. Through meditation and contemplation, individuals can gain insight into the workings of their minds and the patterns of desire that drive their behavior. In Buddhism, the concept of the self is seen as an illusion, a construct of the mind that arises from the identification with the body and thoughts. This idea challenges the conventional understanding of a permanent and separate self. The Buddha taught that there is no fixed self, no enduring soul that exists independently of the interconnected web of existence. Instead, he emphasized the interdependent nature of all phenomena and the interconnectedness of all beings. The notion of no self, or anatta, is a central tenet of Buddhism, and one that has profound implications for how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. It challenges the egoic sense of identity and invites individuals to see themselves as part of a greater whole. This understanding leads to a shift in perspective, where the boundaries between self and other begin to dissolve, and a sense of unity and interconnectedness emerges. The teachings of the Buddha are not about acquiring new beliefs or adopting a new set of doctrines. Rather, they are about letting go of attachments and illusions, about finding freedom from the conditioning of the mind. The path of Buddhism is a journey of self-discovery, where individuals are encouraged to explore their own minds and uncover the truth for themselves. The Buddha's teachings invite individuals to question their assumptions and beliefs, to investigate the nature of reality with an open and curious mind. The Buddha's rejection of metaphysics and his focus on practical teachings set him apart from many spiritual leaders throughout history. He did not claim to have all the answers to life's mysteries, nor did he offer a definitive explanation of the universe. Instead, he presented a path of exploration and discovery, encouraging individuals to question and investigate for themselves. The Buddha's teachings resonate with the scientific mindset as they emphasize observation, experimentation, and direct experience. Buddhism encourages individuals to test the teachings for themselves, to investigate the nature of reality through personal exploration. This scientific approach aligns with the Buddha's emphasis on seeing things as they truly are, free from the distortions of belief and dogma. In the modern world, where science and rationality often take precedence over spiritual exploration, Buddhism offers a path that bridges these realms. Its emphasis on mindfulness, self-awareness, and personal insight resonates with those seeking a deeper understanding of the human condition. Buddhism provides a framework for exploring the complexities of the mind and the nature of reality without resorting to dogma or blind faith. The teachings of the Buddha have endured for over 2 millennia, inspiring countless individuals on their journey toward awakening. His message of compassion, wisdom, and liberation continues to resonate with people across cultures and generations. The Buddha's legacy is not one of rigid doctrines or religious institutions, but of a timeless path of exploration and self-discovery. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal is not the attainment of heaven or the fulfillment of desires, but the realization of nirvana, an awakened state of being that transcends suffering and delusion. Nirvana is not a place or a reward, but a profound transformation of consciousness, a liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It is a state of perfect peace and freedom, where the illusions of the self and the world are seen for what they truly are. The journey toward nirvana is not an easy one. It requires dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to confront the deepest layers of the mind. The path of Buddhism is not about escaping from the world, but about engaging with it fully and authentically. It is about embracing the present moment and finding liberation within it. The teachings of the Buddha invite individuals to explore the nature of their own minds, to see beyond the illusions that bind them, and to discover the truth of their own existence. Buddhism offers a path of liberation that is accessible to all, regardless of background or belief. It is a path that encourages individuals to awaken to their true potential and to live with greater awareness and compassion. In the end, the teachings of the Buddha are not about acquiring new beliefs or adopting a new identity. They are about letting go of what is not true and discovering the inherent wisdom and clarity that reside within each of us. The path of Buddhism is a journey of awakening, a process of uncovering the truth of who we are and what it means to be truly free. Through mindfulness, self-awareness, and compassionate action, individuals can find liberation from the limitations of the mind and the suffering that arises from attachment and desire. The Buddha's teachings offer a roadmap to a life of greater peace, understanding, and fulfillment. They invite us to explore the depths of our own being, to uncover the truth of our existence, and to live with greater freedom and joy. The teachings of the Buddha are deeply rooted in the understanding of the mind and its workings. The mind, in its natural state, is pure and luminous, but it is often clouded by ignorance, desires, and attachments. These mental impurities obscure our true nature and keep us trapped in a cycle of suffering and delusion. The Buddha taught that the key to liberation lies in purifying the mind and cultivating wisdom and compassion. The practice of mindfulness is central to the Buddhist path. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment with a clear and focused mind. It is about being fully present and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Through mindfulness, we gain insight into the nature of our own minds and the patterns of thought and behavior that keep us bound to suffering. Mindfulness helps us to develop a greater awareness of our own mental states and to see things as they truly are. The cultivation of mindfulness is a gradual process that requires patience and dedication. It is not about achieving a state of bliss or transcendence, but about developing a deeper understanding of the mind and its workings. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. We learn to recognize the impermanence of all things and to let go of our attachments and desires. The practice of meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness and deepening our understanding of the mind. Meditation is a way of training the mind to focus and become more aware. It is a means of exploring the inner landscape of our own consciousness and gaining insight into the nature of reality. Through meditation, we learn to quiet the mind and develop a greater sense of inner peace and clarity. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a garden, and meditation is the means by which we cultivate it. Just as a gardener tends to a garden, removing weeds and nurturing the growth of healthy plants, so too do we cultivate our minds through meditation. We remove the weeds of ignorance and delusion and nurture the growth of wisdom and compassion. Meditation is not about escaping from the world or seeking a state of blissful detachment. It is about engaging with the world more fully and authentically. Through meditation, we develop a greater awareness of our own thoughts and emotions and learn to respond to them with wisdom and compassion. We learn to live with greater presence and awareness, and to engage with the world in a more meaningful and purposeful way. The practice of meditation is not limited to sitting in silence or withdrawing from the world. It is a way of life, a way of being present and aware in every moment. It is about cultivating mindfulness and awareness in all aspects of our lives, whether we are sitting in meditation, walking, eating, or working. The practice of meditation is about bringing the light of awareness into every aspect of our lives and living with greater wisdom and compassion. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize the importance of cultivating the qualities of wisdom and compassion. Wisdom is the understanding of the true nature of reality, the recognition of the impermanence and interdependence of all things. Compassion is the heartfelt desire to alleviate the suffering of others and to promote the well-being of all beings. These qualities are not separate or distinct, but are intimately connected and interdependent. Wisdom and compassion are the two wings of the bird of liberation. They are the qualities that enable us to fly beyond the limitations of the mind and to awaken to our true nature. Wisdom without compassion is cold and detached, while compassion without wisdom is blind and misguided. Together, they form the foundation of the Buddhist path, and guide us on the journey toward awakening. The cultivation of wisdom and compassion requires a deep commitment to personal transformation. It involves a willingness to confront our own ignorance and delusions and to let go of our attachments and desires. It requires us to develop a greater awareness of our own thoughts and emotions and to cultivate a more compassionate and understanding relationship with ourselves and others. The path of Buddhism is not about achieving a state of perfection or enlightenment. It is about cultivating the qualities of wisdom and compassion in our everyday lives. It is about living with greater awareness and understanding and engaging with the world in a more meaningful and purposeful way. The teachings of the Buddha offer a roadmap to a life of greater peace, understanding, and fulfillment. The teachings of the Buddha have a profound relevance in the modern world, where the pace of life is often fast and demanding, and where materialism and consumerism dominate our lives. In a world where success is often measured by external achievements and possessions, the teachings of the Buddha offer a counterbalance. They remind us that true happiness and fulfillment come not from accumulating wealth or power, but from understanding the nature of our own minds and finding contentment within ourselves. The practice of mindfulness and meditation can help us navigate the challenges of modern life and find greater peace and clarity amidst the chaos. It can help us develop a greater awareness of our own thoughts and emotions and learn to respond to them with wisdom and compassion. It can help us cultivate a more meaningful and purposeful relationship with ourselves and others and live with greater authenticity and presence. The teachings of the Buddha offer a path to greater understanding and liberation. They invite us to explore the depths of our own being, to uncover the truth of our existence, and to live with greater freedom and joy. They remind us that the path to awakening lies within each of us, and that the journey toward liberation is one that we can embark upon at any time. The journey toward awakening is not a linear path or a fixed destination. It is a dynamic and evolving process that unfolds in its own time and in its own way. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace the challenges and uncertainties of life. It requires us to cultivate a deep and abiding trust in ourselves and the process of awakening. The teachings of the Buddha offer a guiding light on this journey. They provide a framework for understanding the nature of the mind and the patterns of thought and behavior that keep us bound to suffering. They offer practical tools and practices for cultivating mindfulness, self-awareness, and compassion. They invite us to explore the nature of reality and to discover the truth of our own existence. The journey toward awakening is not about achieving a state of bliss or transcendence. It is about engaging with the world more fully and authentically. It is about embracing the present moment and finding liberation within it. It is about living with greater awareness and understanding and engaging with the world in a more meaningful and purposeful way. The teachings of the Buddha invite us to see beyond the illusions of the mind and to awaken to our true nature. They remind us that the path to liberation lies within each of us, and that the journey toward awakening is one that we can embark upon at any time. They offer a roadmap to a life of greater peace, understanding, and fulfillment, and invite us to live with greater freedom and joy. In conclusion, the teachings of the Buddha offer a profound and transformative path to awakening. They challenge the conventional understanding of religion and invite us to explore the depths of our own being. They remind us that true happiness and fulfillment come not from external achievements, but from understanding the nature of our own minds and finding contentment within ourselves. The teachings of the Buddha offer a guiding light on the journey toward liberation, inviting us to awaken to our true nature and live with greater freedom and joy. Through mindfulness, self-awareness, and compassionate action, individuals can find liberation from the limitations of the mind and the suffering that arises from attachment and desire. The Buddha's teachings offer a roadmap to a life of greater peace, understanding, and fulfillment. They invite us to explore the depths of our own being, to uncover the truth of our existence, and to live with greater freedom and joy. In a world filled with distractions and illusions, the teachings of the Buddha provide a guiding light, a beacon of wisdom that illuminates the path to freedom and awakening. Buddhism invites us to explore the nature of reality, to question the assumptions that bind us, and to discover the profound truth of our own existence. It is a journey of self-discovery and transformation, a path that leads to the realization of our true potential and the awakening of our highest selves. The teachings of the Buddha are a call to awaken to our true nature, to live with greater authenticity and compassion, and to realize the potential for liberation that lies within each of us. They offer a path to greater understanding and freedom, and invite us to engage with the world in a more meaningful and purposeful way. The journey toward awakening is a journey of self-discovery and transformation, a path that leads to the realization of our true potential and the awakening of our highest selves.